Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion. Number 301, Crash Site First State, and Afflixion is joining us again this week.
Hello, everyone.
So this is written by three people. I'm going to cover the first section, and then Afflixion is going to cover the last kind of bit, because it's more technical and stuff like that. So
It's the R seating section.
yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
the our seating goes way over my head section. So basically, for a while now, the GFX department has been focused on preparing replacements for the placeholder graphics of the campaign crash site. Uh, it's obviously not an easy task. It happens that those new entities belong to the Factorio universe, but they come from a different reality than the usual DIY slash diesel punk of the game. So we had to invent a new way to design machines that look like Factorio, but that are not too similar. Here are proof of concept. So this looks really cool. It looks kind of like Alien-ish, which I like.
Yeah. I mean, in the bottom right one, you can kind of see the hint of a car, maybe.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't know if that's like part of a car or just some other part of the spaceship.
Yeah, it's like the design of the car in Factorio is kind of sort of based on this. Like they took that frame and then put wheels on it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So it makes sense in universe.
Yes. So basically, the main concept is that the big medium spaceship broke into pieces that crash landed and lost many components that the player, during the introduction, will repair and use for profit. The look of the remnants are a little bit based on the designs of the 60s, 70s pulp fiction sci-fi. Fortunately, we can keep the look Factorio due to the accident, which allows us to destroy and dirty up the machines and show many inner mechanical details. It's also part of the concept that all the machines that the player builds are based on existing technology from his home planet, so the machines that we see in the regular game are like cheap versions of the original ones, which makes sense.
Yeah, it's what the engineer knows, so that's what he does.
Yeah. For the lab, we keep the dome shape and the beams inside in order to keep consistency with the regular laboratory, so slowly the player gets used to the meaning of shapes, which is pretty cool. That does, that definitely kind of reflects the lab look.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see it.
and the generator is similar to a substation, more or less connectable like a pole, but it also produces electricity. Sometimes we really have to invent, which I think is super cool that you can actually connect it. Uh,
Hmm.
and in this part that looked like a car, it's actually works like an assembling machine. The design is more based in the yet unshown redesign of the assembling machines rather than on the actual classic ones. So here's a little hint. I guess assembling machines are getting a redesign, which, first off, is awesome, and second off, makes sense because at this point, I would say they are one of the most plain, outdated looking buildings in the game.
Yeah, and there's not much of a difference between the three levels other than color.
Yeah,
I mean, there's little tiny things added here and there, but the main way you tell what machine you're looking at is the color.
right. And I mean, in general, they just are like pretty plain looking compared to all the new fancy graphics.
Yeah,
Um,
I wonder if they're going to keep the sound effects.
that's a good question. I mean, the sound effects aren't too bad. I don't know.
No, I'm wondering if with the redesign, are they redesigning just the graphics or they're redesigning the sound effects too? Because I like the sound effects.
Yeah,
The
me too.
You can actually tell what machine you're next to by the sound effect.
Right, exactly. And then last here, the cylinders basically act, if I could talk, as chests. We decided to make them cylindrical instead of a box for this difference in technology level that we were speaking about. The player will recognize them for the shape, color, and they also have always have a number printed. You don't really want to know the meaning of the numbers. All this new content is a work in progress, so we made these new entities first for the testing of the campaign based on feedback with testers who will have the chance to tweak and adapt whatever is necessary. In the case of the introduction, the positioning of entities can have a large impact on the flow of the gameplay. Um, Once they're closer to a final placement, we can see how all the pieces fit together. The next round for Crash Light is a main crash spaceship and some other assets that convert the scene into a full composition, which is really cool. I really look forward to seeing like the full ship crash site.
Yeah, that should be fun to see. Why did they say you don't really want to know the meaning of the numbers? Because now I want to know what the numbers mean.
I know, right? You
Am I
gotta
going to
leave
have to
some
dig through
mystery
the
in there.
forums? I think I'm going to have to dig through the forums and find out.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's questioned it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now
I'm
it
not going
is
to do
your
that now.
turn.
I'll do that later. Yeah, I'm not going to look through the forums now.
Yeah.
So, bug reports. Remember a few weeks ago, we were reading the crazy bug reports from our seeding, and I said, hey, please, more of these. That's exactly what he did. We have another bug report with this one's not a crash. This is just unusual behavior that's not desired. And again, it's caused by a mod. And in this case, a lot of things that he's seen before, like the things that you look at as potential risks in your software, they've usually explained it as, oh, it's only blah blah blah. There aren't going to be a lot of them in the base game, so we should be fine. And then the mods come along, and it's kind of like a twist of Murphy's law. If a mod can do something, it will.
Right.
Right? Instead of if something bad can happen, it will. It's if a mod can do something, it will. So in this case, the bug report is the game uses a large amount of memory and takes an excessive amount of time to exit. That's a pretty low priority bug, in my opinion. Like, it's not a crash. It's not something not working the way it's supposed to in game. It's just the game uses a lot of memory and is pretty sluggish. So the fact that he's working on this one means they got all the big ones out of the way.
Right.
So what he did was he tried to reproduce it, finally found the combination of mods and settings to make it happen. And of course, once again, it wasn't what he thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So the cause was sprites. And it's not the video textures that they talked about before, but it's the internal management of sprites. The game was creating an insane amount because of what the mod did. Specifically, it was making more versions of biters, spitters, worms, spider nests, spitter nests. And normally that's not a problem. The base game only has like 5 or 10 of these. So, but the problem comes with worms. When they redesigned the worms, they obviously redid the graphics for them. Worms can have multiple directions with multiple animations for each direction, which means that there are 7,600 sprites per worm.
Oh my god.
Well, it's only 7,600 sprites per worm. There aren't a lot of them in the base game, so we should be fine. Base game has 4 different worms: small, medium, large, behemoth. This mod was asking the game to make 3,000 worms.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is an insane amount of sprites.
Yeah, so the base game, if you have the 7,600 sprites times 4, is it just times 4? No. Oh no, so this isn't just the worm sprites, but in the base game, there are 188,000 sprites on the main menu, 1.3 seconds to launch, 245 megabytes idling, 0.1 seconds to exit.
And oh my god.
Reasonable, right? With the mod pack, 41 million sprites, 47.5 seconds to launch, 16 gigabytes idling, and 47.5 seconds to exit.
Oh my god.
That's not efficient.
Not at all.
So he, through trial and error, he reduced the time complexity of making and destroying the sprites by a significant amount and just removed some unnecessary sprites. So now he almost cut the number of sprites in half. It still takes 37.5 seconds to launch because it still has to load all of them.
Right.
from the hard drive or the SSD, whichever one you choose. But then it's only 5.5 gigabytes idling at the main menu and 3 seconds to exit.
That is like so much better. 10 times more than 10 times faster to exit. um,
Yeah,
wow, that's crazy. So this isn't exactly in relation to that, but I'm just curious. Um, I wonder why he writes these with the like single quote instead of a comma. Is that like some coding
I
programmer thing?
it's not a coding thing.
Okay, I'm
Um,
just like I've never seen it written like that.
I just noticed that they're apostrophes and they're not commas.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was about to say maybe it's a European thing, but no, Europeans use a period
Yeah, and he's not even
instead of a
European.
comma. Yeah, no, he's in Michigan, I think.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Our seating, comment on the video. Why did you use apostrophes instead of commas?
Yeah. um and then yeah, you wanted to touch on there's these new fancy buttons here at the bottom they've added.
Yeah, fancy new buttons. It's no longer just clicking on the word forum. You can click the button to discuss on the forum, or you can click the other button to discuss on Reddit.
Yeah, which is
Apparently, Reddit
awesome.
is official now.
I mean, yeah, it should be. There's like almost 200,000 plus people there. Some good discussion goes on.
Yeah, I'm kidding about the. Oh, hey, Reddit's official.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
it's been
but
official for a long time.
yeah, of course.
The uh, the devs comment on Reddit all the time.
Yeah, pretty active on there. Um, so yeah, our season doing work, cool crash site stuff. I look forward to seeing the full ship, and I believe that pretty much covers it for this one.
Yeah, pretty fun. Our seating, find more of these bug reports. These are fun.
Yeah, and I know he really enjoys them too.
Yeah, he does. He lives for this.
Yeah. All right, so that's gonna do it, guys. As always, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts below on the forums or on Reddit. And until next time, we will catch you later.
See ya.